First cast. Not a very good drift. Did you pull an 11-incher out of here?
Yeah.
Damn. Dude, that's a little concerning that nobody's hooked one yet. I'll move up. It should be better. Maybe less pressured up here. But also muddier, of course. Also rockier, too. There it is. Let's go. First cast. A 2-incher. I barely knew I had a fish on there. Look at that. There he goes. This is micro trout fishing, guys, with the ultralight. First cast up in the new spot. I'd be shocked if we get anything over like 5 inches, but oh, dude, that was a bigger one. Let's see if we can get another one here. I think that was a hit, like right off the cuff. That was another hit. Well, I know where they're at. Right out here. Oh, dude, that was a nice one too. Moved up a little ways. Maybe some little fresh ones up in here. Oh, there he goes. Another tiny one. Look at this guy. There he goes. Another like 2-incher. Well, that second one I caught might have even been smaller. And then I hooked a couple decent feeling ones, like maybe, by decent I mean like 5 to 7 inches probably. But oh really?
Yeah, just a smaller level.
That's bigger than the ones I caught. Bro, ever since I switched from the size 6 gold down to a size 4 silver, nothing.
Really? So they were hitting gold?
Yeah, the only 2 fish I hooked were up there too. Dude, we should do a video sometime. I don't know if we do that today, but like find a bunch of little creeks like this and just creek hop. All right, we moved up, I don't know, 20 feet. This is where we were hooking them earlier. Switched lures, we put the kind of OG size 4 Panther Martin on. This is better size for these fish. It's the black Panther Martin with the yellow spots and a gold blade. Seems like this little creek's, at least in the spot we're at, good for a couple fish, and then it just dies down because it's really small right now. It's not super big, but we might be moving on to another spot here pretty soon if we don't get anything. This is one of those spots you should pull up, catch some fish, and then if not, proves it's a little slow. We're about to risk it all right here on top of a log. Yeah, there's no way something doesn't get hooked here. You'd be shocked. Almost gotta like, oh yeah, there's one. Just gonna have to shake the hook because I can't get my hands on it.
Dude, this
little guy.
It's probably,
there's got to be some decent sized fish in here. I'm getting a bite. Yeah. Fish on. Fish on. Yeah. I think it's small.
Is it a trout?
I don't know, maybe. Probably a bullhead. Oh, it's a trout.
Oh, damn.
Dude, that's a cool looking cut. Dude, that did not take long at all. And we had the camera rolling. That is a beautiful cut. Oh, shoot. Thumbnail shot. Could you send me the picture? All right, we gotta hurry up and release this. Hey, Jake, you want to keep this fish?
Maybe.
It's probably like a 10 or 11. Dude, I wasn't sure I was gonna get a fish. Could you do me a solid? Oh. Oh, I got that on camera. Bro, I almost went for a swim again. My foot fell in the water. I barely saved myself. I need to back the fuck up. Can you do me a solid and hand me the pliers? Dude, that was bad. Dude, he's long and skinny.
Is he bleeding or are you bleeding?
I don't think either one is. All right, guess we are keeping this little guy. I guess it's 5 per day, so. Yeah, he's bleeding, we'll keep him. Dude, I so thought I was going in there. They told me to cast out that direction. Turns out they were right. I don't think they saw that fish on the fish finder. I think that was just a lucky toss. But that's a good start. Did not take very long once I switched to bottom fishing gear. I had a good feeling about that. Hopefully we don't blow through these worms super quickly though. Sweet, I really wanted to catch a cutthroat today. I thought it was gonna happen at the first spot and it didn't, but wow, that was a close call though. Almost falling in the water like that. That was not good. No, that was scary too, because that was really deep right there. Gonna get my line back out there. That was really cool. Sure, where there's one, there's more. So we're gonna set this down, shut the camera off until we see some action. I was pretty surprised that I was getting a bite that soon, because I don't know, I'd maybe been out there 2 minutes or less. I knew I was getting a bite. I figured it was probably a trout, but I kind of thought it was smaller than that at first. We'll see if we can get some bigger ones. I'm sure if we catch a bunch, I'm sure a lot of them will be bigger than that, but sounds like it could be fairly easy to catch trout, which was good because I was kind of having a frustrating day and then damn near fell in the pond. That would not have been good, but could turn things around. Feels a lot better to catch a beautiful looking fish like that. More frustrating fishing in the rain. Catching fish definitely makes it better. Dude, I cannot tell you how lucky I was to not fully fall in. I swung around this way and I was about to fall in and I grabbed this pylon right here. Had that not been there, I would have gone for a swim again. That's insane. I was just feeling a pull. Did you see that? Like me almost falling in?
Yeah, I saw your foot go.
Yeah, my foot got soaked. I must have missed that fish. Well, obviously they're out that way. Surprised you guys aren't hitting them. But that one kind of swallowed it, but it wasn't that big. But I was like, oh, you guys said you wanted to get some trout for trout sandwiches and stuff. No, I hooked that fish at first and thought it was kind of small. And then I was like, it ran at me. So I was like, oh, maybe it's small or a bullhead or something like that. And then I saw it and I was like, oh, that's kind of bigger than I thought. It was probably 10 or 11 inches. And it's in the cooler right now. Got him? Yeah, got him. Fish on! Yeah, swimming towards me again. Oh, it's smaller. Hold up. It's not as cool looking either. All right, that's that guy right there. We're gonna quickly try and release him. There he goes. That's two. I was just talking about how it was crazy. I wasn't getting a fish. I was just actually going to post a picture of the first one I caught and then messing around on my phone, not aware that I was getting bite. Sweet. What we're gonna do is just throw it straight out again. I was somewhere in the area where I hooked that fish. Again, did not take very long, but essentially all we're doing is just bottom fishing. We got a egg weight on, a couple feet a leader and a hook. So it's been effective so far. Not the greatest weather today, but at least the bite doesn't suck. Definitely feel like we can get a lot of fish if we fish this all day. We'll just sit tight and wait for another bite, which could not take very long, but I'll flip the camera off for a little while. Just got another bite. I instantly casted it. That looked like a nice bite too. I bet it was probably bigger than the first two.
100%. And mainly I came here to fish for trout.
Oh, this thing was on the whole time. Yeah, I figured that might be the case. Oh my gosh, that's tiny. I don't think he throat hooked. Looks like it's on the outside of the mouth. They keep getting smaller. Little guy, we're gonna release this one. It hooked it right through the side of the mouth. Boom.
Before we pick
there he goes. Dude, it doesn't take very long either. That's what's crazy. Sometimes I turn around for like 5 seconds. If only we can get a little bigger ones, like 13, 14, 15. That'd be cool. I'm not expecting anything bigger than that, probably. Oh, is it something pulling my line out? Kind of look. Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
Am I on? No? Damn, he's swimming left a ways. He's not that big, but that's number 4. Number 4.
Get the boat out.
There he goes. He swam off quick. I was like trying to tell my pole, do not get a bite when I'm trying to turn around and do this.
Got one?
No, I think I missed him. Dude, there's got to be hundreds of them out there. Like, holy shit, that was a nice pull down right there. Absolutely good problem to have. We're going to be running out of bait here pretty soon. Sooner than probably we think.
All right, get that. Out.
I got him.
You are hooked. Oh,
this is a nice fish.
Rod.
It feels bigger than all the other ones.
Dang, I haven't even got a fish. I've got tap.
That is the biggest. I think he
Oh, yeah,
swallowed
that's
it
a
though,
big one,
unfortunately. That's probably a
Crimey, that's
12. Dude, the first one I caught was the prettiest looking one. That one had a bunch of spots on it. This one's like, he
Bro.
looks more like a rainbow.
Oh,
that's a better size to eat. I guess I've got what, 3 of 5 now? Sweet, that's fish number 4, 5. The camera on because I know I'm about to get some action here. I mean, we could measure that fish since we're keeping it. I'd imagine it's like 12 if the first one was 11. If I don't get anything bigger than that, I'm cool with that.
What the f?
Well, you got a salamander, and I had the camera on. Damn. Yeah, just don't pick your nose after you touch
crazy,
it.
Dude.
He just bit the worm, not the hook. Damn. That's insane. He pulled it up. I was like, wait, that's a weird looking fish. What kind of species is that?
Dude.
Yeah. And then I realized, I was like, oh, I've done that before. Oh, yeah, that's a nice fish.
Going this way.
That's the biggest one of the day. He's got some scars on him.
Biggin for the day. Yo.
Yep.
First fish of the day for me. Let's go, dude.
Dude, that's a beaut. This doesn't seem like the type of spot that's gonna die down anytime soon either.
2,000 years later.
Really looks like it died down, which is hard to believe. Dude, I don't know how you missed that. That thing was biting it for like 30 seconds. I was like just looking over to check your rod, and then I was like, oh, Jake. Pick him back up again. It's not that big.
Tiny guy, but he was fighting like.
Yeah!
Well, that one's not swallowed too. He pulled that shit hard. Oh, he's still on. Ooh, he's a little jumper. Sheesh. It's really sketchy trying to net right here.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's a real pretty one. Easier to net these smaller fish than freaking big ass steelhead. Cool looking fish. I'm just surprised it doesn't seem like it's super weedy out there. I thought like a pond, especially with a bunch of bass, I thought there would just be tons of weeds. I wouldn't be surprised if we were hooking this many fish, if we were a couple months later or something like the summer, if some of them would be bass or something. I was gonna say, is there 3 in there?
Yep.
So I must have caught all 3 of them then. I think everybody else let theirs go. Well, no wonder I wasn't catching a fish. Boy, a little newt. Yeah, look, it's barely hooked through his cheek. Be gone. Dude, I was like, I feel like I have a fish on, but it's not totally fighting like a fish, but it definitely feels like something's there. That's probably why I wasn't catching a fish. Only the point was in the side of its face, but it was literally just sitting there hugging my hook for dear life. He just caught one earlier. I think I got that on video. Another newt. I was about to flip my camera on, and instead I didn't flip it until I got the thing up. So at least I didn't miss a fish, but there we go. And that'll be obvious if I get a bite. That was a hit too.
Got one?
Are you kidding me? He hit it so hard. We walked down to a different spot, didn't get anything. Oh,
On?
I think he came off. No, that was a good fish. Damn it. We walked down to 2 spots, didn't get anything, and then moved to this spot. And I just barely missed this hook set. That was a nice fish, because this was a fat piece of worm. That would have probably been the biggest fish of the day. I'm not even kidding you. That actually pulled like an actual trout, like straight out. Not super far either. Probably gonna hit that same spot. Well, at least we know there's fish here. I almost wonder if that almost felt like it bit different. Bro, I never can find solid ground to stand on.
On?
Did I fucking miss him again? Yeah, I'm sure I did. I wasn't even throwing it that far out either. I'm gonna let him chew on it for a little while. That was even quicker too. And I only had like maybe half a piece of worm on. I mean, honestly, if it's a decent sized fish, I might as well just let it swallow it if we're keeping fish anyways. Got him. Let's go. Finally got one. Feels decent. Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, yeah.
Keeping that. Did my hook just come out? Or no, that was just the worm. Boom, look at that. Yeah, if we're keeping him, I'll get my hook back. And that one's illegal if it's 8 inches, which it is. That's probably a 10. Boom, that's like number 7. Now we went hours without catching a fish. I almost got it. There we go. Dude, I'm technically like 80% of the way limited out. I knew I was gonna finally get one once I saw that hitting it again. Dude, I missed like 3 of them down here, and I think they were all bigger.